Let me paint you a picture. Now picture this. You have spent 2 weeks on a design. The flows are clean, the prototype works perfectly well. You have thought through of every edge case, every micro interaction, even the empty states looks good. But now you walk through into the meeting feeling unstoppable. You share your screen, you start presenting, and you are going through each and every screen, the season, every little thing you stayed up late to be perfect. And halfway through, you look up, and the one person whose approval you need the most is replying to emails, not even hiding it, just fully, openly, unapologetically in another universe. You finish, she looks up and goes, interesting, send it over and we'll discuss offline. Offline? Where good design gonna be die? That was me 2 years ago. And the worst part, the design was actually good. I knew it was good. So what went wrong? That's exactly what this whole video is all about. For the longest time, my entire presentation preparation was making sure the prototype doesn't crash. That's it. And every meeting ended up with, let's revisit this, which is corporate saying of no. So what was the problem? I walked into every room the same way without thinking about who was actually sitting in front of me. But now before any presentation, I ask 3 things. 1. Who is in the room? A developer who wants to know if it's buildable, a business person who wants to know if it makes money. I was presenting the same way to both earlier. That was the biggest mistake. Second, what do they already know? I once opened stakeholder meeting with full explanation of my research process, screener criteria, session structure, synthesize method. I was so proud, but they were so bored. They didn't need to know how I find this insight. They just want to know what it means for them. And third, what my one ask. Every presentation need one clear decision at the end, not 10 updates. One ask. I need a yes on this flow so we can go to development. That's it. And when I started doing this homework, meeting actually ended up with the decisions. Revolutionary. I know. Okay. Let me tell you something from one of my old texts. There was a stepper approach, research finding, pain points, solutions, recommendation and next steps. That's the perfectly organized sleeping pill. I was presenting like I was filling a text return, correct, structured and completely forgettable. And here's what changed for me. You know how in every film there is always the same structure. There's a common person with the real problem, sometimes it's fake. There's a villain making their life miserable. And then there's a hero who comes in and fixes everything dramatically. And your design presentation is literally the same story. The user is your common person, the hero of the story, right? The problem is the villain. You think the thing that ruined your day. And your design is the dramatic entry, the fix, the resolution of that problem. So instead of saying we design onboarding and improve completion by 30%, I nowadays say imagine you download an app you're excited about. And the first thing it does is make you fill 7-step form before you can even see what does the app does. You give up, you delete it, that was our onboarding before. This is what we did it about it. Now same facts, completely different feeling. One sounds like a report, but other sounds like a reason to care about. And the last thing, I used to present every single screen because I was scared of missing something. What I was actually doing was putting everyone to sleep before that important part. Now I picked 3 moments. The problem, the decision, and the result. Just 3. It felt risky for the first time. It worked better than anything I had done before. One more mistake I kept making, I used every presentation the same way. The same energy, the same structure, same approach. Every single time. That's like wearing a sparkling suit for a casual lunch. Well, technically fine, but completely wrong. And here's my cheat sheet for nowadays. If it is senior stakeholder, within 10 minutes. Now skip the process, lead with the outcome. They don't need the journey, they just want the destination. If you are going for team critique, stop presenting them. Start asking, put the work up and say, where does this feel off? Your job there is to listen, not to defend. Third, if you're sharing research, use a real user code, not just a percentage. Percentage will disappear, but real person saying, I had no idea what to do next, that will stay in the room. And fourth, showing a prototype. Hand over the mouse, let people click. Nothing convinces a stakeholder faster than them experiencing it themselves and going, oh, okay, yeah, sure. The whole game is about read the room, adjust. I am still learning this, but I am so much better than the person used to stare at her own slides and just hope. And look, I am not sitting here as someone who has this all figured out. Last month, even last week, I still fumbled a presentation, forgot my own ass, said any questions like an idiot, but I'm better than I was previously. And next time I present, I'll be better than right now. That's the whole point. You don't need to be perfect at this. You just need to stop making the same mistake twice. So if you are still here, here's your homework before your next presentation. Write down 3 things: who is in the room, what they care about, and your one ask. That's it. Just 3 things on a sticky note. Once you do that, let us all know how your meeting went well or not. Remember that stakeholder from the beginning of this video, the one who was replying to emails while I presented? I presented to her again after 3 months later. Different project but same person. This time I led with the user story. I had one clear ask, I ended up with forward question. She closed her laptop halfway through my presentation, not because she was bored, but because she was listening. And that's what the whole series about. I'm Ritika Grover. See you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Namaskara.